How's everybody doing? My name's Mike, and we got my dog Roots hanging out on place, and we also have Mr. Boogie with us today hanging out on his place. So today what I want to talk about is a little bit about thresholds in marking the dog's behavior. So as you can see, they're on their own separate beds, and those beds act as a threshold. So when I say threshold, I mean like the front door, their crates, the beds they're on, and even when they're in heel, say if the dog's in heel next to me, the threshold is my body. If the dog tries to pass my body, the dog's going to get corrected. So thresholds are a huge part of dog training. Thresholds are what is going to break up the dog's day. That's what's going to give them some kind of rules to abide by. The dog, and also these thresholds typically are very exciting for the dog. Like going from the house to outside is a very exciting place, so they typically want to bolt out. Same thing with the crate. A lot of dogs want to bolt into the crate, bolt out of the crate. So we want to start teaching the dogs to be like this. See how Boogie's kind of acting like my dog's acting now? He's laying, relaxing. When they first come in, they're very excited. So these thresholds are very important to break up the dog's day. And it just gives them some structure, and it kind of makes them calm down before they leave the bed, before they go outside. They have to sit for a minute. So we always have them sit before the threshold. So if I was putting the dog on their place bed, I would say sit, and then I wouldn't just allow the dog to get on. I would wait till I see the dog's calm and then say place and allow them to get on. Now the other important thing is marking these behaviors. So thresholds and then marking the dog's behavior throughout the day. Say right now I can say, good boy, Boogie, good job, good place, because he's laying and relaxing on place. Good job, buddy, good place. So I give him a little affection because he's relaxing, and I just, I move my coffee table and all that to make these videos, and the dogs know something weird is happening. Good boy, good place. Just because they're laying and relaxing on the bed, I can reinforce that behavior. So that was the marker, was good boy, and then I reinforce that behavior by giving affection to the dog. You also have to withhold your affection at certain times. You can't just give unearned affection, so the dog has to earn it. And you see how I gave very little affection, rub, 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 and then that's it. The dog's not allowed to follow me or do anything like that. So he's got to remain. He has a threshold on that bed. The bed is the threshold, so he cannot come off of that bed and let his paw touch the ground, or else he would get corrected for that. So that's how we reinforce behavior, is by marking good boy. Now, how we want to discourage other behaviors is we're going to say no. That's the marker to the dog, is saying no. That lets the dog know that they did something that we want to discourage. So once we say no, then we would do a leash tug. So no and then correction. That is what is going to get the dog to understand the meaning of no. Is we can't just say no to them. We have to back it up, and the way we back it up is with a leash tug, or we have like a shake can, a bottle with 10 pennies. If they're whining in a crate, we say no, and then we can chuck that can at them. So the whole point is to always back the no up, so the no will start to have meaning to the dog. And these two things is what creates marking. Is marking the good behavior we want to encourage, and then marking the other behavior we want to discourage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let my dog go to his crate, and I'm going to have him heel to me and then send him to his crate. And Boogie's job is to remain on place. And again, that's like his threshold is right here on the bed. No matter what happens outside of this bed, he is not allowed to leave. So even if my dog's getting up and walking past him, if I'm telling my dog he can do that, he has to remain on the bed. So you see the leash. The other thing is we are using an e-collar with the dog. We're using a Dogtra. It's set onto 15, which is very low. This dog is very sensitive, so most dogs they don't need a high level. But you also see we have the leash out. So if the dog were to make it off the bed and I miss correcting the dog, I miss that timing, then I would step on the leash so the dog can't run all around. I would reel him back in, and we would correct him either with the e-collar or the leash, or at the same time we can also pair them. That's how we get them to understand what the e-collar is. And then we would get him right back onto that bed. So the whole idea is the dog's not going to keep leaving the bed, because every time he leaves, we jump on him and get him back on the bed. So, and we have the hands-free arc from Dog Trust, so it's very easy for me to correct the dog. I have this in the palm of my hand, so I can just let the receiver over here, and I can just correct the dog if I need to. Roots, fuss. Sit. Fuss. Then. Good boy, Boogie. Good place. So you see how I reinforced what he did in the moment, how he's just relaxed, said, "Atta boy, good boy, Boogie." Roots, come. And I kind of position my, good boy, Boogie, good place, good boy. Place. Roots, fuss. Platz. And so what we're doing is just desensitizing him to humans and dogs walking by him. Again, this has been done with him throughout the day. This is kind of in a different fashion. I'm giving my dog more freedom. Roots, place. And if I'm worried, den. Sorry. I told him to go to his place and pointed that way, so he was confused. So that's user trainer's error. Good boy, good place, buddy. Good den, Roots, good den. Roots, come. And see how my dog's like getting excited, and you hear him moving around like that. That's gonna make him kind of aroused and make him a little excited. Place. Good boy, Boogie. Good job. Good place. Good boy. See, I don't want to give him too much affection. I just want to give him verbal affection right now. You have two choices. You can give him verbal or physical affection. So then he knows when it's his time to come off the bed, I will let him know. Place. If we want the dog to stay, we don't say stay. We just repeat the command, place. Heel. Good boy. Sit. Good. Sit. Sit. Good sit, good sit, good sit. Heel. And so just because my dog's there, he still has to come with me. Good boy, good job. Sit. That's what we're looking for, is that the dog can start to ignore my dog inside and start to ignore also me moving around in my home. Because if we want the dog to ignore people outside, not go after dogs inside, he has to first be able to do it in the home. Then we take that outside with him. And once he understands it in here, then we can bring him outside, and it's much clearer to him what we want from him outside. Heel. So this is a threshold. Sit. Good boy. Place. Atta boy. Good job. Roots. Fuss. Good boy. Fuss. Then. Roots. Then. Good place. Good job, buddy. Good place. And you see how they know with the names as well. If I want to direct something to my dog, I say my dog's name first. And when I give affection, I can say, good place, Boogie, good place. Roots, come. Place. And so marking and thresholds are two huge things with what you're going to be doing with your dog. This is a threshold, their bed. The front door is a threshold. So same thing at the front door, we would heel. We would go to the front door, sit, good boy, good sit. We would open the front door, no. So what I did is I corrected him with the leash and then gave him a correction with the e-collar as well at the same time. So we're going to redo that basically. Sit. So now I told him to sit, sit, good sit, heel. And then he can heel with me outside because he's now waiting for me to go first. Sit, good boy, good sit, heel. He's now heel. He's now waiting for me to go first in and out of the door, heel. We don't want the dog rushing in and out of heel, in and out of thresholds. That's what's going to create, sit, place. That's what's going to create a dog with muscle memory that is just excitement. The dog's constantly going to pounce places and not really think about things. The dog's going to just absolutely just be excited about everything, because that's what people have encouraged, unintentionally. So what we're doing with the thresholds and the marking is we're creating communication by marking all the behaviors, and the threshold helps create calmness with the dog and helps put them in a follower position.